So I'm going to go to Genesis 13, verse 5. Lot. Who's Lot? Abram's nephew. So Lot, who was traveling with Abram, also had flocks and herds and tents. But the land could not support their living together because their possessions were too great for them to remain together. Moreover, quarreling. Quarreling doesn't happen in your house, does it? Does quarreling happen in your house? What's quarreling? Quarreling? Do you know what quarreling is? Oh, okay. So I'm using a word you don't know. All right. Well, then that's good. I'm glad you asked. Bickering.
What is bickering?
Oh, that's another. Okay, I'm going to use a whole lot of words before I get to one I know you know. Antagonism. Do you know what that word is? Oh, good. Okay. So from antagonism comes antagonistic. Strife. Stirring up strife. Arguing. You know what that is? Oh, yeah. Now I'm okay. That's what quarreling means, and bickering means, and stirring up strife. It means you're arguing with one another. You're throwing jabs at each other and snide remarks. Tit for tat. Oh, that was one I should have thought of before I told you what it meant. Tit for tat. We will say that sometimes. So, contention. Right? That's another one. So it means they're not getting along, and they're being verbal about it. But probably before they're verbal about it, they're probably. See, she understood that. So did this one. Oh, they understood that. Body language. Oh, that was good. Oh, thank you, Abba. That was fun. So, did you understand that one? You got body language, facial expressions. All of that is quarreling. Woo. How about this one? Now you know what quarreling is. It's when you disagree. Oh, there's another word. When you disagree. I do not agree. To agree means what? You and I think the same, right? Or we are in agreement. We're in union. We believe the same thing. We adhere to the same thing. We're saying the same thing. We might be using different words, but we agree. To disagree is to quarrel. But I can disagree with you and not quarrel. Is that right? I can. We don't always have to quarrel. But this was definite quarreling. This was definite infighting, fighting. Okay? It doesn't have to be with fists and blows and weapons. It can be with words. It can be with body language. It can be with elbows. It can be with brushing by. It can be with a subtle bump. Oh, okay? All of that is disagreement. All of that is quarrel. All of that is contention. All right. So moreover, quarreling arose between Abram and Lot's herdsmen. Oh, who are the herdsmen?
Shepherds.
Yeah, shepherds. For sheep? For goats?
Cattle.
Possibly cattle, camel, donkey. We don't know. They had animals. They had possessions, right? They went in a caravan. So all of the above fits, right? All of the above. And the Canaanite and the Perizzite were living in the land then. And Abram said to Lot. So Abram, who did God make promises to? Abram? Or to Lot? Abram. So you want to know what happened? So Lot's men are in a dispute. You know, do you think Lot could have maybe put an end to it? He could have, right? Lot could have stopped the quarreling. He could have said, hey, this is my uncle. God has promised all this to him. Let's not quarrel, right? Let's do something different. But he didn't. Abram does. Abram goes to Lot. And he says to him something, my paraphrase. this shouldn't be. We shouldn't have this fragmentation. We shouldn't have division. We shouldn't have discord. That's another word. Okay? We should be getting along. So here, the whole land is before us. Go where you go. If you go to the right, I'll go to the left. If you go to the up, I'll go down. If you go north, I'll go south. If you go east, I'll go west. You choose what area. Didn't God give it all to Abram? But he was a peacemaker. So where will you want? You go someplace. So you would think Lot would be considerate. What does it mean to be considerate? To consider. What does that mean? We talked about it once before a couple of weeks ago. Huh? To think about other people. To consider. To think about. To look at the whole picture and to actually, so not just to blindly go, you actually think about what's before you. You think about, you consider what's before you. You consider what Abram is bringing. Lot didn't consider Abram, did he? No, he did not. Lot looked out and he goes, oh, and his eyes said, oh, this land is really green and this is water here, and man, this is good for my flocks. I want this. He wanted what his eyes thought were the best. Okay? And Abram said, okay. Abram could have said, now Lot, you're thinking more highly of yourself than you ought. I don't know who you think you are. God gave it to me. No, you go off into the desert. I'm taking this. He didn't. See, God had secret places for Abram. God was still going to provide for Abram and his family and his herdsmen and his possessions. So Lot chose the best. He was not very considerate, was he? And then he took it. And you know, if you keep reading about Lot, he takes what his eyes saw and he goes and lives among the pagans, and he gets closer and closer and closer. See, he was a herdsman and a nomad. He lived in tents. He didn't live in a city. And the next time we see Lot, or one of the next times we see Lot, we find that Lot is now living in the city. There's a lesson to be learned from Lot. Don't be enticed by what your eyes see or your ears hear. There's a lot of that that's going on. You can be deceived as well as, well, it is all deception. So, but that's another story. That's another time, okay? My point is Lot keeps getting enticed by his eyes and the wants and his fleshly desires, what he sees, what he understands, what he wants, okay? His humanness. So is Lot grateful? No. Gratitude is gratitude is an attitude, right? So if Lot had been more considerate, if Lot had been more grateful, maybe Lot and his demise, what happens to him maybe would not have happened. We don't know. But we do know that whatever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. Patience and comfort of the scriptures might have what? Hope. So we can learn a lesson from Lot. That's why it's written in there. Number one, be considerate. Think of others, right? Think. Okay? He took all the best. He didn't even leave a part. He took all the best. He didn't say, oh, you know, he saw the Jordan Valley and he saw all the green. He didn't say, I'll go north, you stay south. He didn't even split it up. He said, I want all this.
So he wasn't thinking about what God would want for him.
No.
He was thinking about what he wanted.
Yep. Yep.
The material things in life.
But what he saw with his eyes, what he understood in his own brain. Okay? Hold on to that, because I think we're going to talk about that later today in the big story. Okay? So when you're over there, you're going to be listening with your ears and your heart, even though your hands and your eyes are going to be busy over here, right? Okay. You need to listen, because something I say later today has to do with that story too. Okay? All right. So be grateful. Be considerate. And don't what? What's the new word you learned? Quarrel. Thank you. Quarrel. Don't quarrel. Don't grumble. Oh, grumbling and quarreling are the same. Yep. Yes, they are. Because if you grumble, you're complaining. When you quarrel, you're complaining. It all boils down to the I. I think this, I want that, I. Okay? I leads to no good. What your eye sees and the eye wants. No good. All right? No good.